Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is going to be a very, very quick version of the Price Variance Show. We're going to be doing something very special for the next few weeks, where we basically look at obscure characters or B-list characters that maybe you aren't familiar with, but or maybe they're just not ones that have their own series. These are characters that are kind of these second level characters. Maybe they're the sidekick or something like that. So these are the characters that are maybe a little bit under the radar. Maybe. Some of them that I brought, not so much, but but we'll see. So what we're going to do
Alan,
is
Miss Mask does not count as a B-level character.
Oh, really? No, she's B-level. B-level. Or double D. No, it's just joking. So yeah. So to get started, we're going to get Mark to show his first B tier character.
Right. So I'm counting this character as B tier because this is a British comic character that's not that well known in Britain, actually, currently in modern age, and probably not known hardly at all in the States. And it's a character called Dan Dare. So, Alan, have you ever heard of Dan Dare?
I have heard of Dan Dare, strangely enough.
Ah, well, there we go. So here's my pick. And he appeared in a comic called Eagle Comic, the Eagle Comic, which was a kids comic produced in the UK. I think it was largely weekly. It doesn't exist anymore. And Dan Dare was sort of like a pilot of the future. So very much sort of like a Flash Gordon type character. And I've got some Dan Dare here. So the other thing that we have in the UK is we have these every Christmas. We'd get these annuals. So it says annual here. So annual 1983. This is the Eagle annual from 1983. Now, this gentleman here with the sort of large green head is Dan Dare's sort of main nemesis. And he's called the Mekon. And in this book here, we've got Menace of the Mekon, Dan Dare, pilot of the future, fighting the Mekon. It's all quite nice, and this is all in color, which is quite unusual for British comics.
Yeah, they're usually black and white. Yeah,
usually all black and white. And this is a real piece of these are real sort of pieces of social history. We've got a sort of photo shoot story, which sort of became popular in the 1980s in British comics. Anyway, so that's my first Dan Dare. We then have Dan Dare at Eagle Annual 1985. And again, Dan Dare is on the cover, and we can see him there. Dan Dare, pilot of the future. Now, now I did actually spot in this was really interesting. I'm not sure it was in the Dan Dare bit. But appearing, have you heard of a guy called Jimmy Savile?
No, not at all.
Okay, all right. Well, he was a television entertainer and fairly major DJ in the UK. He got after his death, he was extremely popular. He was known for all his charities.
Is he the one that had a bit of child issues?
Correct.
Yeah, I heard about him actually.
Yeah. Well, he actually appears in this comic.
So now it's an infamous book. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly. So so not only have we got Dan Dare, but we've got Jimmy Savile, who's probably more evil now than the Mekon. Right.
Cool.
A couple more annuals here. Eagle annual.
Do you know which book he made his first appearance in? I always like to know first appearances kind of thing.
It will have been in the Eagle. It will have been in one, but the Eagle ran for a long time. So whether it was one, I will check up for you though. Okay. Eagle 1989, an annual, and just finally, because we're doing short ones this time. Dan Dare got reinvented in the late 1980s here in this comic here called Revolver. So this was Revolver #1. So this is the first issue of this comic, and you can see they've reinvented Dan Dare. Actually, this is written by Grant Morrison. And so a really nice sort of version of Dan Dare in this. You can see how wonderfully square his jaw is.
Mm-hmm.
So typical
British,
yeah. And the artwork in this, I think, is really nice.
very cool.
Yeah. And Revolver, unfortunately, didn't last that long. One of the things, when this is going back to the 1980s, my dad was still alive, and when he read his newspaper, if he found anything about comics, he would cut the article out, and when I next saw him, he would give me the article about comics. So this is actually an article called the Adult Comic Comes of Age, and it's actually about the Revolver #1. So this was,
yeah, I see the photo. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And also from the same time, this is a British magazine, review magazine of comics called Speakeasy Magazine. And again, this is reviewing the first issue of Revolver with Dan Dare. There you go. There's my first B-list character.
Okay, so my first B-list character is kind of, she's actually had her own show, kind of. So, but it wasn't like, it's not a character that most people know. It's an Archie character.
Oh, okay.
And her name is Katie Keane.
Oh, I think she's B-list. Yeah, I count her as B-list. Yes.
I count her as B-list. She's not like, she's not Betty or Veronica. She's
exactly.
like that next level, right?
Yeah.
So she made her first appearance in this comic called Wilbur #5. This is quite a rare and quite a sought after book, actually. So this is #5 from 1945. Katie Keane is kind of like a fashionista, I would say, like, like kind of like a stylish kind of girl. And she's kind of like just another one of those Archie characters, like part of that group of characters, you know what I mean?
Group of friends, yeah.
Yeah. So, and so that's her first appearance. I don't have that many Katie Keanes, so I'm going to show you my whole entire collection. This is my other Katie Keane. This is actually a really great Katie Keane, and this actually is her on the cover. That's why really nice. I should. Yeah. So this is like supposed, it's like Robbie the Robot, but it's like an homage cover to it. And this is Katie Keane #62, which is actually the last of the Katie Keane run. So it ran from 1 to 62. And this is from
not a bad run.
60. Yeah, not a bad run. Yeah. So and this is from 1961. So that's my character. I didn't get into as long as you did, but yeah. So just quickly, very cool character. I kind of like her. I like these good girl kind of characters. So Katie Keane, the cool thing about her comics was they would have like these like paper dolls inside, which actually is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. So because the kids would just cut them out. So getting a complete Katie Keane book is actually quite challenging. So a lot of the issues had that problem where kids would cut them out, or they would mangle the comics, and they were designed for little younger girls, right? So these were mainly targeted towards girls, but it's more guys now that collect them, which is kind of interesting. So Katie Keane, I think I really like these good girl art ones. So Katie Keane's a really great one. So that's my choice for my first one.
Excellent. Good.
So that's what we're going to do for this next few shows, people. We're going to do these really short, just give you a taste of some B-list character that we think is B-list. You might disagree, and you can comment below saying, hey, that's not a B-list character. You can say that to us. You could say it's a C-list character if you really want, but just tell us what you think. And also check out Mark's channel, because we're going to do 2 more kind of B-listy kind of characters over there. and it's going to be fun. So thanks again, Mark, for coming on the channel, and we'll see you in the next over there or here or wherever it is.